Parents and guardians are the most important people in children's lives because they value and care for their children and therefore do their best to transform their children's lives for the better. As primary role models for children, parents provide the initial learning experiences for them. If parents and families are more effective in their parenting, then the quality of care and experiences for their children will improve. Parenting education increases awareness on roles of parents and important practices that help families become more effective carers by using locally available resources and existing services to care for children. There are various methods that can be employed to conduct parenting education sessions. In the CLAC approach, interested community members are mobilized to form parenting groups of up to 30 people. The groups meet monthly to discuss and learn from each other about good parenting and alternative ways of rearing children. The parenting needs of children vary according to the age of the child. Sometimes parents of children of a specific age may be targeted. Volunteer community members are identified and trained as parenting group facilitators. These individuals are often established residents of the community who have time to do the work, are well accepted by the community, know the local language, and respect local culture. Some roles, such as recording attendance, writing a report, taking brief notes during the session, or reading a session guide, may require basic reading and writing skills. Discussions build on parenting strengths and local achievements that already exist in the community. Families are encouraged to model best practices, invite participation from their neighbors, and share learning with spouses and other family members. The meeting place should be made available by the community in a location that's accessible to all members and at a time selected by the members based on their availability. The meeting place should be as quiet as possible without disruptions. Members should be seated in a circle. This allows them to interact at the same level and also enables the facilitator to monitor each individual from one place. Children present at the meeting should be provided with a clean, safe place to sit with toys and supervision so that their parents can concentrate on the meeting. Infants are better off playing alongside their mothers. Each parenting group session starts with a welcome that would normally take 10 to 15 minutes. Parenting sessions are meant to be fun and informative. The facilitator greets participants using names and speaks informally. A brief warm-up game or song might be provided. The parent who will be co-facilitator of the day is introduced, thanked for volunteering to co-facilitate. Co-facilitation expands chances of leadership for all parents in the group. The facilitator takes notes or asks for names of parenting group members who are absent and, if any, record them. Members present are asked to contact absentees as a gesture of friendship and peer support. The facilitator begins the review of the last meeting with a positive summary statement about what was learned from the previous session and asks members to remember what was learned in respect of the key messages and practices discussed. Members tell how they use the new knowledge and are encouraged to share examples with others in small groups. members are encouraged to discuss how children responded to what they had learned, as well as how spouse and extended family members responded. Major obstacles encountered can be briefly discussed before introducing the topic of the day. The facilitator then presents the topic of the day and explains the purpose of it. The facilitator shares new knowledge and specific messages on a desired parenting practice or practices related to the topic of the day. The practice must be demonstrated by the facilitator, assisted by the co-facilitator, and then practiced among all the members. A discussion of current views and practices related to the new practice or knowledge follows, during which members are encouraged to discuss and solve potential problems related to adopting the new practice. This can sometimes be done in small groups. Members are encouraged to summarize, in one sentence if possible, what they've learned and what they will do with what they've learned. Members agree on new practices to notice and try out. They're given a specific assignment to practice the new skill or knowledge before the next meeting. The facilitator then thanks the parent, co-facilitator, for helping to lead the session. A new parent co-facilitator for the next session is selected, and a time and place for the next meeting is confirmed. A summary of the session using clear and inspiring language from the facilitator wraps up the meeting. The wrap-up should take about 10 to 15 minutes. Effective parenting group facilitators demonstrate specific practices and skills in each parenting group meeting. They will always sit with members, not apart from them, greet members by name in a friendly way, follow the routine, involve a parent co-facilitator, prepare thoroughly prior to the meeting to know the content and keep the meetings on time, and on track, speaking clearly in a conversational tone, using vocabulary suitable for the group. The other important facilitation skills include listening carefully, asking open-ended questions to generate discussion, controlling members that dominate in a kind and respectful way, and encouraging quiet members to speak. Parenting groups also work collectively for development and protection of every child in the community. Actions arising from the discussions are implemented individually at household level, and in some cases, members work as teams to communicate their learning to the community. When possible, parenting groups partner with government or other stakeholders to make improvements in the broader community for all children. As parents learn to work as a team on issues of common interest, their confidence to contribute and participate in group projects such as village savings and loans associations is boosted. Parents also share joyous moments as they interact or sing or dance to celebrate or motivate each other. If the spirit of friendship and happiness is widely shared in the group, the members will be more united and vibrant as every member is made to feel welcome. The topics discussed in the parenting group sessions focus on parent practices that are most important in raising intelligent, caring, happy, and healthy children. These topics are varied, ranging from child health and nutrition, early stimulation, adult-child interactions, play, language development, among others. The choice of topics depends on the most common problems affecting children's development, normally identified through a survey, dialogue with parents, or observation from the field. For instance, in some communities, diets contain a particular staple food combination that is commonly prepared for children and the family as a whole. In this case, children may not be getting the right mix of food. A parenting session on how to increase the value of food to children may be conducted to encourage parents enrich the diet with other local available foods and strengthen related parenting practices like feeding on time, serving clean food, varying foods in the diet. Another example is that important opportunities to boost children's abilities and benefits from play are often missed or overlooked because parents or primary caregivers may not be aware and thus do not pay attention to their children's specific learning patterns and needs. A parenting session on how children learn through play can be useful to discuss benefits of play for children and parental practices to support child play, such as playful interaction, using household or natural objects as toys at no cost, and providing toys well suited to children's age. The topic of language development can be crucial because parents may not always recognize how much their children rely on them to learn to talk and communicate effectively. In this case, a parenting session on helping children communicate may be important in reminding parents of this role and discussing simple everyday activities to listen and respond to their children from time to time, from the time they are born. The parenting groups can also be a great source of information that can be shared and passed on to benefit other parents and communities. During one of the parenting group meetings on the subject of the importance of good nutrition, one parent shared her experience on using pumpkin, which is one vegetable that was plentiful and easily accessible in the area. She shared how she prepared and cooked various parts of it, including the leaves, to provide her family with a healthy, nutritious, and tasty meal. Although pumpkin leaves are a good source of vitamins, they're traditionally been thrown away and wasted. The pumpkin story was not only put into practice by the parenting meeting group, but they also shared it with the wider community. There are various ways of monitoring the results of parenting education for children and parents. This can be through stories or reports, orally or written sessions, observations and reflections, in-depth assessment or home visits to follow up families or children.